I'm Daniel Davidov. I'm the founder and leader of Blend Energy. I've started this journey about 8 years ago. My background is chemical engineering, and I'd like to tell you about our venture. So I'm introducing Blend Energy. It's something very dear to us, and especially for me. And we've decided 8 years ago, we decided to tackle one of the biggest challenges in the world, and that's plastic waste. Everybody knows plastic is a huge problem, but it's also a growing problem, and the scales are huge. Today we have over 400 million tons generated yearly, and by 2050 it'll be 1.6 billion tons, 3x growth in waste. And even today we can't deal with it. Less than 10% is recycled, so it's a huge problem. Now, why I started Blend Energy? I was in the oil and gas industry. I was a project manager. I'm a chemical engineer, and I decided at one point to pursue my own path. And I got fixated on plastics because it's a waste that's everywhere, all around the globe, and not enough solutions for it. I've seen some solutions, but they're just not robust enough, and I decided to start from ground zero. And by the way, that's in the picture to give context. That's one of our very first units I've ever built almost 8 years ago. Now, what our solution is? So basically, we've designed a system, a modular system. It's compact and it's scalable. It can be serially mass-produced, and it takes minimal sorting and minimal washing. And easy to deploy at scale, between small and medium scale. Our vision is to deploy thousands of modular recycling plants around the world. I'll give us a quick snapshot of how it all works. So we first shred the plastic down to 12 millimeter. First goes into a melting stage. Then the melt gets pushed into a reactor continuously. And then all the oil and gas that's produced from the plastics gets distilled and refined. And additionally, we also have a CO2 capture technology that we've also developed. Now, this today, what we have, this is the commercial scale unit that we've built. It's modular, however, it's not CapEx. It's light on the CapEx, meaning compared to big factories and recycling facilities, we are much lighter on the CapEx, and it means that we can deploy faster and more efficiently. And in that sense, we can provide a much faster ROI, return on investment, basically in 2.5 years, which is key, because what happens today is everybody tries to build big, huge plants, which have a high CapEx, and then they either get cancelled or delayed or both. So we try to really tackle that by introducing something more modular and less CapEx intensive. You start with one unit, and you can then expand to multiple units. We've already got many partners in the industry. We have several off-takers. We even have off-take agreements for the oil, the main product. This product then gets turned back into plastics, and that's the main solution we're offering. But at the same time, we're also talking to industrial partners and waste management companies. And the first commercial unit is already earmarked to be sold to Norway, and he's a better view of it. So we had somebody from Norway, a chemist. He came, visited us. He verified the operations. He was happy with what he saw, and basically that's right now being converted into our very first sale. This unit we've launched in November 25, so only literally a few months ago. It's fully certified, it's commercial, and we've built it ourselves. It's all fully certified as well, certification paperwork. As much as it's mundane, without it you cannot get into the market, and we've managed to attain all of it. And now to the main investment ask is, we are wanting to grow now. We're ready to enter the market. We are entering the market, and we're in a growth stage, and we're raising a fund, 3.5 million euros, to basically increase our manufacturing capability, give us some capital to build several units and sell some of these units, but at the same time we could also deploy them in parallel, so we could have our own oil production facility and also sell these units. And at the same time, we've heavily de-risked the whole thing. I've been at this for 8 years, and we've built. I went through all the big pain, all the big hassle, all the big risks, and now we're ready to enter the market. I believe this is a great investment opportunity, especially with all the new European legislation that's about to significantly increase the market demand. Thank you for listening and having me, and I'm happy to take questions.
How much is the cost per unit?
So the cost per unit is approximately 1 million euros for one unit.
And with these 3.5 million, how many units? I mean, this is all for units, or this amount of money includes, what is included in use of funds here?
Okay, I'll break it down. Now, 1 million is not the cost for us to make it. 1 million is the sales price. So it's proprietary information, but we could build around 3 to 5 units with that capital, and we'll use about 50% of the capital for building additional units, and about 25% of the capital we would potentially use for setting up at least 1 or 2 units somewhere in Europe to produce oil. So we will have recurring revenue, and we will also invest some of the capital to expand our marketing and sales pipeline, so we can increase the customer outreach that we already have.
I mean, you had done already 1 unit going
Correct.
to Norway.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I mean, how the unit are funded? Do you ask, I mean, I'm not going to dig in your business model, but do you ask prepayment to make sure that your risk is going down?
Yes, we usually ask for about 30% prepayment on our orders. This is something normal and natural in the machinery and engineering industry. So we get a prepayment. Usually then, just once we're ready to ship, we could invite the customer to come see some factory acceptance testing, and then they'll pay us 60% before shipment, and 10% is upon successful commissioning of the unit on site.
I mean, in terms of technology, I mean, how different is your technology from the one already to the market, and what's the advantage of having small units?
So we have quite a few differences. So one of the key differences is that we can take flexibility in the feedstock. So that means we can take feedstock that's not being fully sorted from the different types of plastics. We can handle up to 10% PVC, which is very problematic. PVC plastics have chlorines in it. We can also handle around 10% PET plastics, which again, it's difficult to fully sort out from mixed plastics. And we can feed continuously. We have in situ refining of the product oil, and we also have CO2 capture. It's optional, but we've developed it ourselves, which can be integrated with the process. So we can offer a fully emissions-free recycling solution.
I mean, in terms of waste, it's only plastic, or which kind of waste you can use?
We are focusing on plastic waste, but we could also handle tire waste. We could also handle sludges, oil sludges. Usually you get them from refinery waste and byproducts. We could potentially also handle some organic wastes, but our main focus is on plastic waste, and our machine was engineered specifically with plastic in mind.
And where is your headquarters? Where are you located?
We are headquartered in Cyprus, Limassol, and that's where our machinery is currently located, and that's where we also manufacture everything.
So your market is going to be Europe and EEA.
Correct, yes. That's our main target market. Eventually be the whole globe, but that's our initial market.
All right. And I mean, outside these 3.5 million, there probably will be for a few units to be created. But what's your outlook? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How many units you want to build?
Well, in 5 years, I want to have at least 50 units to have been built and deployed, either in the EEA or globally. This would give us the ability to then exponentially expand both our manufacturing capacity. I'm also looking to close licensing deals in other regions of the world where it's not just us manufacturing it, but we could license out our technology for others to manufacture and deploy. And this way we could exponentially expand everything on a global scale. So in 5 years' time, I expect for our company to increase between 5 to 10x in terms of market value, and to deploy 50 plus units across the globe.
As we don't have so much time, do you want to use these last 10, 20 seconds delivering your elevator pitch in 10 seconds? If you want to convince me or any investors watching today, why they should deploy, why they should give the money, invest in your company, in yourself?
Investing, as many things in life, are very risky. You need to pick not just in what you invest, but in who you invest. By investing in us and specifically also in myself, I'm the person you see on the screen. We will do and we'll do our utmost to make sure that you get your investment back. You'll make a good profit on your investment, and that everything is minimal risk. And at the same time, we would allow the investor to change the world and solve big, huge challenge, which is the plastic challenge.
I mean, indeed, plastic is a massive challenge, and all the waste related. Thank you so much for coming to the Founder Pitch. It's been an absolute pleasure for me. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Likewise. Thank you very much for having me.